Hey guys, what's up? It's a Sun Entrepreneur here, and today I'm gonna be talking about like how much you can make on eBay in 2020. And today I'll just be doing like PowerPoint slides and going through all this stuff with you. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the first slide. So basically, you can make as much as you want on eBay. Like there's some people make $100 a month, and then you have others that make thousands upon thousands. I remember, I think it was about a year ago, I heard a story about it was like a husband and a wife, and they made, I think, gross on eBay there it was about like 40 million, and they were one of the top eBay sellers. So as you can see, I mean, there's companies out there making tons of money and all that kind. So, and there's really no limit you can make on eBay as long as you stay consistent and work hard. That's really what the problem is like with a lot of people on eBay is they don't put like the work in and they don't stay consistent with it. Like they let's say like maybe they'll get some items and then let's say like one day they're listing a whole bunch and then for the whole week they don't do any listing. It really hurts your eBay like algorithm when you do that because basically, if you're not posting every day, eBay sees like you're not active, and so it just brings your sales down. And then basically you need to like determine how much you want to make on eBay. So whenever I know it's kind of hard like when you're starting out, but sometimes you might think to yourself if I could just make an extra thousand a month that'd be good, or $500, $2,000. But honestly, whenever I started, I didn't really I just knew like I just had to make enough money to make more than like a my part-time job I had, so I didn't have to make a whole bunch. But you can start accumulating money really quick by just putting that time into it. And we'll go ahead and go down to the other slide. So, how many hours are you planning on putting into your business? You really need to put in like quite a bit of hours, especially when you first start out, because like eBay businesses can take a while to get going because you have to remember you have to list the items, which usually when you're beginning, it can take, even like 15 minutes and stuff just to get used to how the system works and just, you have to upload all your pictures to it. It's just it can be a long process and it just gets like very tedious. I mean, it's not hard. It's just you have to keep, repeating the same process over and over. And then you're going to have to find items, and that takes a long time. Like if you're going to thrift stores, you have to take the time, drive to the store and then start researching all the items there. And then you also have to plan on like shipping your items. How are you going to do that? And just getting your shipping material. And then another big key is customer service. Now, at the beginning, you won't have to be spending like a lot of time with customer service because you won't have many items. But as you begin to get more items, you'll have more customers coming in, and they'll be asking more questions about the specific item you're selling. And this is one thing I can't stress enough. eBay is not a get rich like quick scheme. Just because I mean, it takes a while to first of all, it takes a while to like to build up your inventory because usually when you go to the thrift store, you're usually going to walk away, I don't know, with like maybe 5 items, depending on, what your profit margins are, maybe even less than that. And so if you get 5 items, a day, let's say, and you do that sometimes a week, that'd be 35 items, which, I mean, it can accumulate quickly, but most of the time, if you're getting 5 items or whatever, like just say you go to your local Goodwill store and you get 5 items, usually like with 5 items, the profit margins aren't going to be like crazy high because usually like whenever I go now, maybe I'll pick up like 2 items and then the profit margin would be like $50 on them. But it's totally like up to you, like what kind of profit margins and everything. That would like depend on how much you can scale your business up quickly. Because if you're only trying to go for like a $5 profit margin, then you can find a lot of items, and then if you go up to like a $20 profit margin, there won't be as many items. It just it all depends on that kind of stuff you're doing. And a big thing you have to learn all the ins and outs of eBay. When you're first starting, it can be hard knowing like all the stuff you need to be doing and not. But the, you just have to like what I did is I just started watching YouTube videos and that really helped me on like what I need to be looking for. And I'll be making more YouTube videos about things you need to stay away from, things you need to watch for. And then also it takes time to build up a store with feedback. Because on my store now, I mean, I haven't been putting like as much time into it lately in one of my eBay stores, but I have about 900 feedback, and that's taken about 3 years to get there. And the hard thing with feedback too is that not many people will actually leave you feedback. So even though I have 900 feedback, I've sold like thousands upon thousands of items, but you just get very little feedback, so it's hard to build that feedback up. And then another thing is like what determines how much you can put, like how many hours you can put in your business is if you're working full time, part time, or if you're not working, you can put a lot more time into it. But the thing about this, guys, if you want to make a decent amount on eBay and say like you're working full time, you're just gonna have to put those extra hours in, like when you get home from work, and just really, just isolate yourself and just start working on your business if you really want to make that money. And then we'll go to the next slide. And then, are you going to take the time to learn? This is really important because there's going to be a lot to learn on eBay as you begin. And trust me, like I said a little bit ago, there is so much like to learn, and it can, get like overwhelming. But you just have to stick with it, and that's really what you have to do if you want to be successful on eBay. And then, like I was saying, it'll be tough in the beginning, but it will get easier eventually. And then you will make mistakes. I've made tons of mistakes on eBay, but it only helps you. So just don't look at mistakes as a bad thing, but as a good thing that will help grow your business. And then, like I said in my other slide, listen to YouTube videos as you begin. This is a great way to, expand your knowledge on eBay, and that's exactly what I did. One thing, okay, and then join Facebook groups to learn as well. And I'll say about this, you can be on Facebook and looking at groups all day and listening to YouTube videos all day, but if you never take that action and actually like go for it, you're never going to get anywhere with eBay. Because that's eventually like what I had to do is I was watching YouTube videos, and I didn't really do as much Facebook groups, but I did a little bit of them. And then it just comes to a point where you have to take that knowledge and just put in action. Because if you never take the action, you'll never get anywhere with it. And then, are you willing to sacrifice your time? If you want to make decent money on eBay, you must sacrifice your time. And this, like for example, like what I did too, is I worked on the weekends a lot. I mean, that's going to be expected if you want to make that extra cash. You're going to have to work when other people aren't working. You're going to have to sacrifice like things that people aren't willing to do. And then don't like attend as many social gatherings. You're going to have to cut back on that so you can really focus on your business and growing it. And then, you have to do like what people say. You have to work now so you can like work later like no one else. And then that's really important like to live by. And then instead of like watching TV, you need to work. And that's a big thing because most people, when they come home from like their jobs, they'll just sit down, turn the TV on, and watch it the rest of the night. You can't be doing that if you want to make, the kind of money you want to make on eBay. And then this is with anything, but what you put into eBay, you will get out, and that is definitely true. And then the top 3 questions you must answer before you start. These are really, really important, guys. You must answer these. And then, how are you going to find items? Like, are you going to go to estate sales? Are you going to go to thrift stores? Like, there's just so much way to find items. Like, you go on Craigslist, try and find items that way. And then you go to, like, flea markets. There's just so much stuff, guys. You really need to decide, like, where you want to go with it, what direction, and then just head that way and don't look back. And then another big thing is how you're going to ship your items. I was lucky with this because before I started doing eBay, my mom ran her own company. And so she had a lot of, like, shipping supplies around, and basically she did all her shipping like for her company. So she just took that knowledge and then started shipping, like the items I was finding, because we started doing eBay together, and then she would help with all that kind of stuff. But there is a tip for you guys: is if you go on USPS.com, they have free shipping materials on the website, and you get it shipped to your house for free, and you can start shipping that way. And then also another big tip is if you're going to be selling clothes and everything, that you can like compact together, make sure you get polymailer bags. Those are really good. We usually get the 12 by 15 polymailers, and those have been excellent. And we can even like fit some shoes in there and ship them out, and we save a lot of money doing that. And then another big thing that you need to do is where are you going to store your items? Like for example, whenever I started, I didn't really like think about, oh, I'm gonna have like all these items branded in it. But then it gets like that, and I just had them like stored in my closet. And then it's kind of funny because you think, oh, I'll be able to find all my items in my closet, but eventually you're like, where did I put this item out in my closet? It just starts getting a hassle. So like what I do now is I have a lot of bins in like our eBay room, and so I will put, like, for example, if I want to organize everything, I have like a tag called like A1, and I'll put all the clothes in there, and then on my eBay listing, I'll put A1, and I'll show you like how to. I'll make another YouTube video about all about organizing your eBay stuff and how to do it properly. But those are really the top three questions you need to answer before you start. And then, so how much can you make on eBay? I mean, it's totally up to you. Like I was saying, it just if you put the work in, you're consistent, and a lot of people they give up at the beginning because they think like you're gonna get rich really quick, and it's just not like that. It takes time to build up a store, and it's gonna take time to build that trust with your customers and build that feedback up. So it really is up to you. It just determines like how much work you put in the store, how much time you're researching. It's really up to you on everything. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. And I hope you guys will leave a like, and I hope you subscribe, and put any comments you have below, or like any questions or anything, and I'll be happy to answer them for you guys. And always remember to work in silence, guys, and isolation is your friend. All right, see ya.